I can't believe it. I've been podcasting for 1 year now, and I'm so excited about this. And I just wondered, how have I managed over the last 12 months to keep doing this? I absolutely enjoy it. And today I'll be talking to you about my top 3 strategies of keeping myself well emotionally. And the first thing I do is connect with my emotions. This is very, very important. I also make sure I recognize when I'm not looking after myself. And there are some signs I can tell me when I'm not looking after myself. And I keep working on myself continuously. And these are the things that make me feel well emotionally. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking it down into easy to understand steps. So keep listening. So the first thing is, for a long time, I struggled to even understand what emotionality means. For me, it meant crying. That was the kind of way I expressed my emotions. I couldn't name my feelings for such a long time. And, as I said before, I'm a crybaby. I cry when I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I feel upset, when someone has done something to hurt me and my feelings are hurt. That was the only way I could describe my emotions. I'm upset, I'm hurt. The sad, mad, glad. I always wondered what people meant when they talk about being emotional. Being emotional to me meant crying. Often we struggle even in midlife because a lot of times we have not really learned to understand or language emotions in a way that we can express it to others or others can express it to us. And that is what I really want us to learn. I am a lifelong learner, and that is one of the things that keep me going. I keep learning, I keep encouraging myself to read. And the more I read, I begin to understand the way I feel. And this is what helps me connect well. Remember, meaningful connection with others starts with you connecting with yourself. So the questions I have for us today is, are there good or bad emotions? Now, that is a big question, and I discussed this in my podcast with Tomisin Balogun. Is it possible to actually neglect yourself? Yes, it is possible, and it is possible to neglect yourself emotionally. And thirdly, how do you even recognize your emotion, and what do you do about it? How do you recognize it? How do you language it? And what can you do about it? How can you build yourself up emotionally? And what ways can you sustain this? And these are all what I'll be talking about in this very short video today. It's no doubt that as we navigate life and we begin to get an approach into our 40s, life changes. So many things happen. There's a life transitions, and a number of times we just end up just forgetting ourselves and just looking after others, especially as women or especially as caregivers. So my aim today is to help you recognize when you're beginning to neglect your help and help you to get help so that you can make those meaningful connections that you really want to, those dreams, those visions, those hopes and aspirations that you really want to. And that is the purpose of this video today, to help you develop your own strategies, to help you connect with yourself, recognize when you're neglecting yourself, and also to work on yourself continuously, either with the help of others or by yourself. So I'm going to start with the signs of emotional neglect that may help you to recognize when you're not looking after yourself emotionally. And first of all, the first sign that you're not looking after yourself is you're critical and very impatient with yourself. Basically, not having compassion towards yourself. And that can be a very difficult thing. And a number of times, some of these emotions are actually buried in our past mistakes or things that we have done that we find it really hard to forgive ourselves. So when you have becoming quite critical of what you do, how you speak, how you do things, how you relate with others, that is the first sign that you're neglecting yourself. The other one is feeling numb. You just feel empty. You don't have emotions. You can't express your emotions. And that is something I have experienced before, where I couldn't really express my emotions. All I knew was to cry and cry and cry. The third way is lack of trust. You don't have a trusting relationship with people around you. And this is a very valid point. People have done things to hurt you. People have, kind of left you behind, not talked to you, and people have done really horrible things. And then you find it really hard to let it go. That's why you wouldn't trust other people. And this is a very big sign that you should begin to watch out for. The fourth one is not being able to express yourself emotionally, just, not being able to articulate how you feel, not being able to be concise or language it. And this can come again from a number of different reasons. For me, what I found really helpful and eye-opening was reading the book called Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown, and it was really helpful just to see the wide range of emotions that we express as human beings. The fifth thing is self-doubt, lack of confidence, and then you end up having unhealthy relationships because of your completely depending on people to speak up for you, to talk for you, to fight for you, to do things for you, partly because you just don't have that confidence in yourself anymore. So these are 5 signs that you're neglecting yourself. All of these things can lead to anxiety and depression and other range of psychiatric disorders. So next I'll be talking about what assets you can build emotionally to help you meaningfully connect with yourself. And remember, when you meaningfully connect with yourself, then it's easier for you to connect with others. So the first one is your mindset. Remember that we're not born with a set skill or talent that remains like that. I mean, we have been watching Olympics. We see how these talented people have developed themselves. They've developed their skills. They've developed their talents. They've learned techniques, which has helped them to be better. And that is what comes with our mindset. We can cultivate a growth mindset. Improvement is a process. Just decide that you would improve over time when it comes to maybe recognizing your emotions or recognizing that you're neglecting yourself. Decide in yourself that you are going to learn how to recognize things better. The second one is gratitude. I cannot emphasize this enough. And you can do this by just having a moment when you just sit down within yourself and have a deep sense of gratitude for things around you, people around you, the world around you. It can be sometimes really hard to find the positives, but you have to create that atmosphere around you that helps you recognize that some of these good things you just need to be grateful for. The third thing is being present. 46.9% of the time our mind wanders, and this can be very tiring for the brain. So having a moment where we can just bring things back into focus, not let our mind run away with us, is very important. It brings us into some calmness. Now, the fourth thing is cultivating an attitude of forgiveness. Forgive all times, every time. And these are 3 ways I find it easy to forgive people. First of all, I accept that I have been hurt. I accept that whatever this person has done to me, it's not fair, it's not right. I don't brush it aside, and I accept that my feeling things go. You probably feel that your body is beginning to relax a bit more. And to be honest, it's going to be very difficult to forget most of these things. You may forget the actual thing, but the emotions might be difficult to forget. So when these feelings come once again, just choose to let it go again. So it's a constant feeling of letting it go over and over and over again. And then you just begin to see that at some point you have a balanced perspective about this. And that's when you're beginning to heal once again. Now, the fifth thing is savoring experiences, savoring positive experiences. And this means almost like those positive things you have felt, just stick it in your brain and then begin to rewind it over and over and over again. When you go on holiday, take a picture in your mind and just begin to rewind this over and over, and you'll find that this helps your brain, this helps you feel calm, it helps you feel connected. Now, the sixth thing is kindness. Now, notice kind things around you, do kind things to other people, see kind things around you. This helps your brain to leave that place of fight and flight. And it's really important to help us to feel calm and connected to ourselves and to other people. And finally, creative outlets. For me, this is a big thing because I have found that being able to share my wisdom, being able to share what I know, being able to have a place where I can just create things, create content has been a growth process for me, which I've enjoyed seeing. It's helped me connect with myself emotionally. So these are the top 7 assets that I have found useful. I do hope you can find an example in one of these that you can use for your own life. So which one are you going to build on, or which of these assets are you going to enhance or sustain? Now, this is it for today. I hope today I have been able to inspire and hopefully keep you intentional on looking after yourself. So why don't you subscribe to my channel, or perhaps listen to How Do You Keep Well podcast, or maybe share this to your friends. Thank you for listening and hope you have a pleasant week. Bye.